the in-between? Can you explain what the in-between is to me? What is that? Why is that the name of your production company? What is that?
Good morning from the in-between.
Welcome to our latest installment of Mornings from the In-Between. Today we'll be breaking down the In-Between, what it is, what it means, why we named the channel this, and, kind of what it's all about. So, what is the In-Between?
The in-between is a section of liminality. The in-between is that weird portion of a thing or stuff that makes you so uncomfortable that it propels you forward into an entirely new beginning. The in-between is the space between life and death. The in-between is all things between consciousness and subconsciousness. The in-between is anything you want it to be.
This morning, we'll be breaking down our favorite moments of in-betweenness from various TV shows and movies we enjoy.
We will be doing this for scientific research purposes, trying to figure out exactly what it is that makes for a perfect moment of in-betweenness.
Criteria includes the visuals or color look of the scene,
How it positively or negatively affects the main character of the movie, as in, does it do a good job in propelling them forward in a direction, whether it is good or bad?
and the third category is just, how well we enjoy the movie.
We will be ranking these movies within these categories on a scale from 1 to 10.
We will then take our combined scores for each film, and then we will determine our top 10 movies from there.
To get a little started with our list, we are going to begin with one of the most prime examples of in-betweenness that I can think of, which happens to be from the movie Alice in Wonderland.
So when Alice falls down the rabbit hole, she's seeing a bunch of stuff, she's moving in like slow motion, there's a lot of colors changing, a lot's happening.
That leads us right into our first category, which is visuals and color. But out of 10, I would have to say that on the color scale, it doesn't really do it for me. I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna give it a nice 7.
I was thinking a solid 7.1.
Okay. Okay.
Now, in terms of how it negatively, positively affects Alice in the story.
Right. I mean, this is like the inciting incident for
It's
the
the whole
movie.
reason for them.
Yeah.
For her
so
being
for that reason alone, I give it a 10 for
gotta be
the
a 10.
second
Gotta be a 10.
second category. Right.
How much do you enjoy the movie?
So this is kind of like weird because I like this movie. I actually like the remake 10 times more than I like the original movie, but we are doing
Johnny Depp?
Yeah. We're doing the original
OG.
one. Yeah.
50s.
So I'm going to go with like a 7 again. I'm going with a 7.
Yeah, I don't remember it that well, but I haven't gone.
What do you mean? We watched all of these movies in preparation for this episode. What do you mean you don't remember it that well?
You watch the movies, I watch the in-between moments, okay?
Okay.
I would give it like a 7.2.
7-2. Okay. So you're just copying me, but making it slightly different, is what it seems like for the first one, but that's all right.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, numbers are numbers.
I
There's
didn't-
only so many
I
of them.
didn't like it that much, but, like a little more than you.
So our next movie is one of my favorite childhood movies ever. It's called Elmo in Grouchland, and it is kind of like a play on Alice in Wonderland, so that kind of gives you the vibes already. Basically, there's a scene where Elmo is going for his blankie, his infamous blankie, and it gets stuck in Oscar's trash can, and when Elmo goes to go get it, it opens up this door to Grouchland, and Elmo falls in, and it is colorful. It is very colorful, so much so that Elmo even says so. That being said, first category, 10 out of 10. Very colorful. Very nice and colorful.
I don't have as much of an attachment to the movie as you do, but I can still respect the scene and what it looks like. I gotta give it a solid 9.1.
Thank you. This is the inciting incident that brings Elmo to Grouchland to find his blankie, which is like, what's a more noble cause than going in after your blankie?
Son.
Yeah. So,
right.
I'm gonna go. I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10.
I'll go 9.3.
Damn. This is going to be a high-scoring movie, Elmo and Grouchland. All right, and then how much we enjoyed the movie as a whole. I feel like I gotta bring it down a little bit because this is an older movie, and like it's not like I would choose to watch this movie right now if I were to sit down. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 6 on this category.
I was just thinking, maybe I've seen it, maybe I haven't, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it.
What do you mean? We watched all the movies in preparation for this episode.
Yeah, we did. I'll give it a 5.4.
Moving on to our next movie.
Avengers Endgame. So when Thanos is just about to die. Spoiler alert. I should probably preface it with
It's been out for like...
It's been a minute. Watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
It's when Thor's about to shove his hammer through Thanos' chest. He sees his flashback with baby Gamora. He's talking to her in this sunset-y, all orange.
What did it cost?
Everything.
That was so lame. It is very pretty. It is a very pretty moment. Visually pleasing to a T. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. So I am going to go ahead and give it a 9 on visuals.
Yeah, I'm at a 9.4 for visuals. Mm-hmm. In terms of like how it affects Thanos, him as a character, it's like
it doesn't really change his mind at all.
Discovery moment, but it's like just more so.
He just becomes more sure of the thing that he's already doing. So it doesn't really like change him up that much. It's not really that quintessential. So the moment's importantness, I think, kind of falls around like a 5 for me. So
doesn't do much for me either. 4.7. You know.
Okay. How much we enjoy the movie as a whole. I mean, it was, at a time, the most popular movie ever made in the history of the world, so that counts for something, doesn't it?
It was nuts.
And when I saw it, I definitely was all up on the hype machine. Yeah. I felt it very much so, gutturally. So, I'm going to say an 8.5. 8.5.
Hey, welcome to the decimal land, baby.
Yeah, nice. Baby.
I gotta go. I just love the movie. I was just a big fanboy. I'm a solid 9.6. And that'll lead us into the next film, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
The scene that we're talking about here is pretty much the entirety of the final fight sequence, which happens in this like wacky zone of going all crazy with trucks and buildings and everything's like... Visually 10 out of 10, right? Like that's a 10 out of 10 automatically. This is gonna be rough because I feel like I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Actually, the second one
has it.
Story purposes.
I mean, it's a culmination of the whole movie.
I know. But story purposes, the culmination of that whole movie for me is when he jumps off the building. Because like that's the actual culmination of that movie.
That's true.
So for this,
is like a final fight. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Who wins, who loses kind of deal. I still gotta go like a 9.2.
Okay.
You like the movie?
I do like that movie.
It's a 10. Write it down.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. That's a 10 out of 10. I guess the highest ranking movie that we have so far. Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
But just wait. Wizard of Oz is here, baby. And
yeah.
We're talking about the Twister scene. Beat that. What do you... It's another OG in-between moment, like Alice in Wonderland. We just gotta pay respect to the oldies.
Right.
Visually speaking,
impressive for its time. 7.
It's sepia filter throughout the
whole
thing. Yeah. So, but it's cool because you get the Twister right outside the window.
Right. Yeah, it's like a projection screen.
Hey, little Dom too. Yeah, it's great. 6, 7. How does this affect?
Again, it's the inciting incident for the movie. Why are all these in-between moments but I said that at the beginning of the show. It's like the moment that propels you into a thing usually. So
Could be small, could be big.
Yeah. 8, because, this movie, it's not my favorite. 8. Very quick side note. There is a Pink Floyd album that you can play in tandem with Alice in Wonderland, and it was like recorded to kind of like sync up with the movie. So that's actually a really cool way to watch the movie, and therefore like makes Wizard of Oz a much cooler watching experience than like if you just watch it plain like regular. So I think it's
I gotta try that out.
Yeah.
In terms of negatively, positively affecting character, story, film, it propels her into the thing. So I gotta go like a 9.4. It's up there.
Okay.
You love this movie, you said,
I'm gonna
right?
give it a 4.
You
I'm
loved
giving it a
it.
4.
I gotta respect it.
Yeah,
My
movie on
mother
a
showed me
whole-
this movie. 6.2.
6'2". 6'2".
Maybe it'll be higher. Next film, Coraline.
Yes.
So that's when she's crawling, a little cupboard in the house, little door on the wall, crawling through.
The colors, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Visuals, gotta give it a 10. Gotta give it a 10.
I don't know if I would.
This one might be 10s across the board for me.
I don't know. Like a 9.8.
So then, how much does it positively and or negatively affect Coraline? Again, this is her doing the thing where she's going to see the basically the entire point of the movie is on the other side of that in between moment.
I don't know what
So
else you really.
that kind of you gotta give it a 10. You gotta give it a 10.
10. How did you like the movie?
I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
10.
I watched it. I only saw it once, but I really enjoyed it. But I went 9.3. I think it's just because I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, no,
I
I
still-
mean,
I
that's
still enjoyed
fine.
it.
I feel like the first time I ever talked to you about stop motion movies in general, your response was, they scare me. So,
Yep, as a youngin', I was always scared of stop motion.
yeah.
Anything on Robot Chicken scared the hell out of me. I think rightfully so, but you like a lot of that stuff.
I
so.
love Robot Chicken. Anything animated, especially in a practical way, is for me. That does lead us into our next movie, which is another stop motion that I love with my whole heart, called James and the Giant Peach, based on a Roald Dahl book by the same name that we all read in Mrs. Galello's class, the first class we ever had together. How
Damn,
about that?
I never
so
said
cute.
one word to you.
Yeah, no.
James is crawling through the peach tunnel-looking thing, transforms him into what we see him as stop motion James and.
So, visuals aspect, I want to give that one props where props are due, because they literally turn a normal, regular human being silhouette into that stop motion silhouette so seamlessly, and it is very cool the way they do that. So, I am going to give this one a 9.
Yeah, I was up there too. I was a big fan. Like in 8.6.
As for what it does for James, the character, this is another one of those moments where it also happens to be the inciting incident for the movie. So I would have to give it a pretty high number. I'm not going to give it a 10 because there's other factors as to why James is like running away from his house, like his like nasty ass aunts and whatever. So I'm going to go with a 9. I'm going to go with a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up there with like a 8.8. How'd you like it?
This is one of those cases of nostalgia where like I can't say anything other than 10 for this movie, unfortunately. So you're just not gonna have the same connection. Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't remember it that well, but I remember enjoying it. Maybe not like the first time because I was scared of stop motion. Maybe. And
Those,
look
if you're
of
looking for scary stop motion,
the
some of the
insects and all
scariest
the
stop
creatures
motion
that's
is in that movie.
It's gnarly, but solid 7. Keep it right there. And now we will move on to Nightmare Before Christmas, a fan fave on this channel. Specifically, right here. I
My
love
boy,
it, but
my boy Jackie.
there's no love like this child's love for
The only movie, there's two movies that I like more than this one. Empire Strikes Back, but first and foremost, The Iron Giant. For Nightmare Before Christmas, this is when Jack finds the circle of trees with all the holiday doors and opens up the Christmas tree and then proceeds to fall down a wintry wonderland sort of vortex. And it is both visually stunning, the inciting incident for the movie, and one of my favorite movies of all time. So I don't even have to guess. I'm going 10s across the board on this one. Okay. So that's me.
Okay, visuals gotta be 9.1.
It's stop motion. The amount of time, energy, and effort put into that, come on, you know?
It propels him into everything. So that's gotta be a 9.6. And then I'm not at 10 level, but I still really, really enjoy it a lot. So I'm also at 9.3.
Okay. I can take those numbers.
I'm still in your realm.
Yeah, no, for sure. Our next one, which is a movie titled Trainspotting, which is quite the leap away from our list of mostly children's movies at this point, because this movie is about drug use and what it does to the human body and mind.
Ewan McGregor is swimming into a toilet full of poop.
Yes, that is essentially what the scene is.
But once he gets in there,
so beautiful.
no poopy.
No poopy.
All ocean.
Yeah, super pretty scene. The visuals go from absolutely disgusting to absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So that's like up there for me. I'm gonna give it a 9 on visuals. I'm gonna give it a 6 on how important it is to the actual movie, because it's like kind of like a side scene. It's not really that important.
Yeah.
And then I love that movie, but it disturbs me greatly, so I'm gonna give it an 8 for the final category.
Visually speaking, yeah, I'm at like a 9 to what it did for Ewan McGregor. I'm going based off your word here because I have not seen the movie, but
we've watched all the movies in preparation for this episode.
I love Ewan McGregor. I've seen all of his work. Based off of this one scene here, yeah, he's just getting his drugs. He's not. He doesn't need them. All right. Yeah. That's what he learns along the way. Yeah. Anyways, this scene, I don't know. I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is like a 5-1. And then, how much I like the movie?
Yeah, what
oh my God.
Yeah.
I love this movie. And Ewan McGregor. I'm going right at 6.
Yeah. I feel like that's unfair. That's unfair to this movie, but that's all right.
I was going to go 5 because it's the middle of the road, but it still seems disrespectful to go for a 5.
It's all right.
The next and final movie on our top 10 list is Get Out. Get Out is such an iconic movie, such an iconic in-between moment. Daniel Kaluuya's character is falling into this dark void when he's talking to his potential mother-in-law. Yeah. Visually speaking, I don't know if I have anything to complain about.
10 out of 10.
Might be my also favorite in-between moment. 10.
Okay. See, this is the one where this one's going to fall short, because what it actually does for his character is, yes, it's like kind of like the revelation scene where he's like, oh, like there's some going on here, but it's not as important as an inciting incident like these other ones have been. So I would say it's important for his character, not as important as an inciting incident, so that's why I'm going to give this a 7 for this category.
And then he revisits it too later on.
The second time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to go 8-2. 8-2. And the movie as a whole, I'm at a 10.
Yeah, I'm at a 10 too.
I'm at a 10. And with that will have completed our ranking of our top 10 in-between moments.
So starting off with number 10, we have The Wizard of Oz, sitting at a 6.9.
Did Dorothy dirty.
Damn.
At number 9, we have Trainspotting with a 7.2. I know you're pretty upset about this, and I'm sorry.
I know that it's not actually at a 7.2. It's just circumstantial.
Next up, we have Avengers Endgame with a 7.7. Alice in Wonderland with an 8.1 coming coming in at number 7. And at number 6, we have Elmo and Grouchland coming in at 8.3.
One of my faves.
Number 5, James the Giant Peach coming in at 8.7. Number 4, we have Get Out at 9.2. And these top 3, these are
some keepers right
these are
here.
some powerhouses.
Yeah. Number 3, we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at 9.5. Number 2, we have Nightmare Before Christmas at 9.7. And number 1, we have
Coraline.
9.9.
9.9.
Almost a perfect score. Incredible. It's all right. I mean, like, a perfect movie doesn't exist, so... Oh, wait a minute. There might be one. There might be one perfect movie that we forgot about.
We're missing one on this list that has a really good in-between moment. It's like...
Yeah, it's like this moment where, like, there's, like, these guys, and, like, they hear some music, and then, like, oh my god.
He kisses the fish. No.
What are we doing here?
No, wrong.
We're talking about Angler, dude.
Angler.
We're talking about Angler, our movie that just came out recently that you should definitely go watch if you haven't yet, because it... Just watch it.
It's a pretty good movie. We enjoyed it. Just like you said in the last episode, you loved it. You were proud of it.
I'm very proud of this movie, so go watch it. Go watch it. It's got a great in-between moment.
It's a great movie. Check it out. It'll be in the description yet again.
Anyway, let's give a round of applause to Coraline for a hot second
great
for
job.
winning. Yeah, very good job. Very good job. Almost perfect score.
I love your boots.
Made Daddy proud.
I love you.
We're just gonna give some honorable mentions really quickly, starting with number 1, Spy Kids 2. When they're falling in the volcano, we're debating whether or not this is an actual in-between moment, but we're throwing it up in the air. I think it's funny and I like it, so it's on the list. Bam! Number 2, SpongeBob SquarePants, SB129, which actually we managed to sneak a little reference to in our movie Angler. Check it out if you haven't yet. The next one is Cat in the Hat, when the big box explodes and turns their house into a kind of like in-between space of liminality.
Narnia is also an honorable mention. You know, walking through the wardrobe, it's like kind of in between. A lot of these are like existing for a second, millisecond.
Just like our next one, which is Dragon Tales, which is literally anytime they grab the thing and they say, I wish with all my heart something about dragons.
And lastly, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. It's when the ship turns over, they're running side to side, and there's this crazy in-between, like, moments, kind of.
Yeah, it's really great. So those have been our honorable mentions, none of which are really, like, great in-between moments. However, our main list, those are some great in-between moments.
Some good stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We had an absolute blast ranking some in-between moments with you guys, and we can't wait to do something like this again next week, next Wednesday, because that's when we're coming out with these episodes. Every Wednesday, releasing at 9 a.m. This is the good stuff. Boom, bam, bang!
Stop asking me what the in-between is. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah!